Welcome to day 22 of our January challenge and day 2 of our third piece. And this is the arrangements of Cumbrian music, and we're working on the next 4 bars of the Stuybarrow Crag hornpipe today. So I will play from the beginning into today's section for you, and then we'll talk it through. That would be repeated. Okay, so let's look into our new bit for today. I'm going to start with the right hand today. So we're looking at the last 2 quavers of bar 4, and we have our thumb on the D, and we've got a thumb slide, and it's going to go from the D to the C. And let's get our finger 2 firmly ready on the B, because that can really help when we have thumb slides to give us something strength to pivot and work towards. So we slide with the D onto the C, so we just kind of, it's almost like a push rather than a pull of the finger, of your thumb. Then you pluck as normal, and then we've got the B 3 times, and just like yesterday where we had the repeated note on the crotchets and we swapped finger, that was good practice for today because these are quavers, so they're twice as quick as crotchets, and we're going to play them with 3 different fingers. So we're landing on it with finger 2, then we swap to 3, then we swap to 4, okay? It takes a bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, it's really quite a neat way of playing these 3 consecutive quavers, 3 Bs in a row. So, okay, so there's a pattern to what we're doing. Down, D, C, and then we've got the 3 Bs, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go D, C, so 1, 2, and we're going to do 3 Cs. C, 3rd finger, 4th finger, then E, D, and then we've got 3 Ds, 2, 3, 4, up to finger 2 on the F, thumb can be ready on the G, and then the 2 replaces very quickly for a grace note. Okay, so let's just put that section together. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Okay, now the placing within that depends on what you're comfortable with. I like to, having done the first section, as I'm about to play finger 4, I like to get my thumb ready, and then I get the 2 on as I've played that. So my thumb's ready, and here my 2 and my 1, and then that little throwaway grace note leading to the G. That is up to you whether you do that. You could just go and then land on the next 2. You're very close to it anyway. It's what you can do at the speed that you want to play it at and that doesn't feel insecure for you. So I like placing. Placing makes me feel very secure. If placing slows you down in these instances, particularly when it's so nearby anyway that you can find it quickly to land on, then you needn't worry too much. The left hand under here, very straightforward. We've got triad shapes. So we've jumped back to treble clef in the music. Left hand, 3rd finger on the G, then 2 on the B and thumb on the D. And you place all 3 of those notes, and then you play 3, and then you play the 1 and 2 together. Then you just move that up 1, play the A, up 1 again, same pattern, 3 notes placed, up 1 again, and this time it's a chord of all 3. Okay, so G, chung, A, chung, B, chung, C. Okay, really nice and straightforward, that part. And that's good because we've got this repeated pattern, we've got the busyness in the top hand. So let's try putting that together. So we'll keep it steady for now. Top hand's going to do those 2, the thumb slide notes going into the B. So D, C, B in the top hand, thumb, thumb, then finger 2 on the B. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Oops, I'll start that again, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, I've got another damp symbol written there. If you can quickly fit a damp in the left hand, that's fine. I've got the C triad written as a minim, but I don't mind if that gets damped a bit shorter as the top hand carries on with the melody, that's fine. So carrying on then with the top hand, we've got F, E, D. You'll notice that this is a variation on the first 4 bars tune-wise, and this bit is very similar to what we've done before. So you could do it 1, 2, 3, or if you want to stick to the fingering like we did yesterday, you could do 2, 3, 4. So it depends on what you feel comfortable with. You've just done a G here, so you could do 2, 3, 4 again. Okay, so same as we did yesterday, F, E, D, G, and then the grace note G again. And then I'm going to cross over with my thumb on the A, because that allows me, by using my thumb, it is a crossover, and then finger 3 is going to the G, and then I do 3 in a row. G, G and B, and then G. Okay, the alternative fingering there is having done, you can just come right off and then jump to it with a finger 2 on the A, 2 and 3. Depends what you feel comfortable with. I, as someone that likes placing, I like the security of just crossing over with my thumb. I feel quite comfortable doing that, but it depends what you feel comfortable with. Then the left hand underneath that. Notice in the music we're back in bass clef, but we're still in the same area, either side of middle C, finger 2 on the B. Okay, just 2 and 1. Then if you put finger 2 on the C, finger 3 on the B, and then 2 and 1 back on. B, and then I jump. Now these last 2 crotchets, if you put your thumb on the G and an octave, so reach out with finger 4 to the low G and let finger 2 fall onto that 5th in the middle, it's one of those shapes. You just play the G, and that is more secure than jumping for it. Okay, so that last bar, you would have landed on the B at the beginning of that final bar with your left hand, and then you just open up that octave with the 5th in the middle, and you play thumb, and then 2 and 4. Okay, so let's just try that left hand, those last 2 bars. So B and the D, either side of the middle C red. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so we'll try that with the top hand in. Top hand was F, E, D, reaching up for the G, and then A, G, A, B, G. So we're going to do that section with both hands together. This is the last 2 bars with the 2 quavers leading into it. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And there'll be another damp after that as well. Okay, let's put all of today's bit together then from the end of bar 4, the thumb slide, D, C going to the B, left hand sitting ready on a G triad. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, and I'll try it one more, just a little bit closer to our speed where it really feels like it's got a bit of movement to it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. For finishing it off for today, let's try it all the way through, and you can just listen if you want, or you can join in, and I'll play it all the way through to here, and I'll do it with the repeat as well, so we'll do it 2 times. 1, 2, 3. notice there that as I started the second phrase, which was what we've been learning today, that I dropped the volume down a bit and then let it crescendo up. So do what you feel with the dynamics, but it is nice to have the changes in the volumes in there because it creates interest, particularly when something's quite repetitive pattern note-wise. If you bring it down and then move it up, you're creating the interest and you keep the listener's ears switched on to what you're doing. Super, well done.